What's up guys, I'm Max and we are Southwest Active Explorers and this is my XJ. Today we're doing a walk around. Let's check her out.
Oh, that was it.
Up front we have a JK bumper that has been modified, shortened to fit on an XJ and custom mounts made for it. I have a worn Xeon 10,000 pound winch in the front with synthetic rope, and I have some 55 watt HIDs for headlights. Moving back, I have a Rusty's 8-inch long arm lift kit, and I'm running the Rusty's RX 900 shocks. And something a little different about this, I have a 2013 JK axle in here. I have a truss up front and I have a Synergy Manufacturing drag link to make everything work with it. Also in the front end we threw some sleeves inside the axle tubes. It also has C-gussets, a Eaton electronic locker, and a set of 488 gears. The motor transmission is all completely stock, same with the transfer case. That was a question we actually had, and I do not have a modified transfer case or different gear ranges. It's completely stock, we just use the normal 4-low. Coming back, we have a set of homemade 2x6 rocker panels that are not completed. So they're about most of the way done. I made them a little bit different than most. I did make some tie-ins on the bottom, but I'm lifted 8 inches and on 37s, so I hardly ever hit them. One thing I do have on the transfer case, I have a Novak cable shifter for the transfer case. I got tired of that thing jumping out of 4-low all the time, so we did put a cable shifter on there. I do have an Advanced Adapters slip yoke eliminator, and I have a Tom Woods drive shaft. Coming on back, I have the Rusty's 8-inch lift kit, so it's a set of 6-inch leaf springs and a 2-inch shackle. And I added 1 more inch of lift to it, so I have a 1-inch lift block in there. That's just because of how mine's set up. And I have another 2013 JK axle in the back. Inside the JK axle I have a Detroit locker in the rear and 488 gears once again. Alright, still coming back, I have a Rusty's gas tank skid. Really like that thing, super heavy duty. We did a cut and fold, except we did it with a set of panels that Rusty's makes, and they're designed to line directly up with the Rusty's cut and fold rear bumper, and I have that as well. I also have a rear CB mount that I made to come off the rear taillight housing, so I got my CB antenna. Tires, I'm running 37 by 1350 by 17 Cooper Discover STT Pros, and I absolutely love them. And the question we get asked all the time, my rims. Those are from Desert Rat, and they are part of the Rattler series from Desert Rat. I forget the exact name, but it is part of the Rattler series, and it's honestly the cheapest 17-inch rim I could find. It's the only reason I got them. They were cheap. Another question we got, my cooling system. How do we keep this thing cool? And it's a common problem for XJs overheating. I had that problem. For a while, I had random ghost overheats. I could daily drive the thing every day in town with no problem. Take off on a trip, I could be 6 hours into a trip and then all of a sudden it would peg out and overheat. The entire system has been replaced, but we are about 95% sure what fixed it for me was we ended up putting new springs inside the radiator hoses. My radiator hoses were collapsing under load, and that's where my overheat was coming from. However, I do have a cheap aluminum radiator that has plastic end caps. You don't want aluminum end caps. New water pump, new thermostat, and that's my cooling system. I do have a set of homemade hood vents. I need to weld the second one back in there because it broke off. It helps keep the engine bay a little cooler, but I honestly didn't notice a difference when we did that. One question we got was if I have any interior mods, and not really. If you even consider it an interior mod, I have a sound system in the Jeep, and that's about it. I do have an interior mod planned for it, but you guys are going to have to wait and see what that is when I do it. Another question we got asked was how this thing performs with radius arms on steeper hill climbs and rock climbs. It performs great. It performs great until it's straight up and down. And that's because it's straight up and down. There's never been an obstacle we've come across that another Jeep was able to do that I couldn't do because I had radius arms. I really like them. If you watch some of our off-roading videos, I'll try to climb all kinds of stuff and they work great. I'd install the kit again. The only time it acts weird is if I got it standing like straight up and down. If I have it on a massive incline and I have one of my rear tires in a hole, every once in a while it'll act a little tippy, but it's a 2001 Jeep. It's not going to perform perfect. I love the thing. I've learned how to drive it. It does what it was meant to do. Anyhow, guys, that's my XJ. If we didn't address your question, feel free to drop it in the comments below and we will be sure to answer it for you. If you liked what you saw or have checked out our other off-roading videos and like us, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell to become part of our notification squad. As always, guys, stay active and keep exploring.